more widespread acclaim than anything else as Prime Minister, the Northern Ireland peace process. Tell me about Gerry Adams and Martin McGuinness to start with, because these were people still seen by many as cold-blooded killers who shouldn't be inside any political process. You came quite to admire, even like them.
I did in the end, yes. Well, it was obviously a lot more difficult after then.
How bad was it?
At times it was bad, but people often say to me, why didn't you just get rid of him? And as I used to say to people, that's why I'm the leader who takes the decisions and you're not. There are certain bandwagons it's best to say no to.
Words that became attached to New Labour was sleaze. Endless scandals of different kinds.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go back to the beginning of the relationship with Gordon Brown. I mean, you described it was like lovers, you said. It was as intense and close as that.
Yeah, I mean, let me sort of qualify that. But Gordon is somebody of enormous talent, ability, commitment, and...
Was it explicit?
Yes. Yes, I was very, very clear that for me this changed everything. And the reason for that was very simple, and it explains all the things that happened from then. He was my number two, in a sense, or, you know, the Chancellor to my Prime Minister.
The two of you had, as I understand it, been pretty much alone and had eyeballed each other and talked about the next few years. What happened then?
Yeah, that was far more explicit. This was more complicated than a bunch of toffs running around. The reason I do this is just so that people understand there is another point of view. And all I say to people is keep an open mind about it.
To go into Iraq requires legal cover. And it requires, therefore, weapons of mass destruction to be believed to be there. We now go into the hardest bit of all of this, I suppose, which is the suspicion which remains today that you wanted to overthrow Saddam Hussein above all because he was a bad man, and that the weapons of mass destruction you knew, there was patchy evidence, you knew they may be there, you thought they might be there, but actually it was an excuse for something else.
Yeah, creative ambiguity was our friend, and we also had to be pretty fly at points to try and bring people...
You pushed the truth beyond breaking point.
Occasionally it was stretched pretty far, yeah.
Nothing to do with personality and not being a good communicator or being grumpy.
It was about oil.
What did you feel during those weeks after the war when the WMD didn't turn up? Yes, you say in the book, I feel like shaking my head till it drops off my shoulders. Yeah. You idiot, you naive, foolish, irresponsible nincompoop. I quake at the imbecility of it.
Well, pretty much. I mean, it's just not a good idea, because you've got to be able to have conversations with people that are frank.
It was an illegal war.
Yeah.
Is there anything further that you want to say to them?
But that's my, that's what I think many may disagree.
Tony Blair, thank you very much indeed for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.